Good morning, everyone. Bright and early with you this morning. My name is Mary, and I'm a fitness and sports instructor for CFP Halifax at the Dockyard Gym. Today we'll be doing some yoga. We're going to start super gentle, and then we'll get nice and heated, so a nice way to ease into your morning. I'm going to read the disclaimer, but just in case anything doesn't feel right in any class, but especially in yoga, just take a modification that you know works for your body if you know one, or if not, just wait in child's pose or any resting pose and meet us back in when you are ready. You don't need anything for this class, but if you have something that would help you reach the ground, there's just like one or two poses where this might be helpful. I don't have a block at home, so I'm going to use a bolster to put my hand on, but you could use like a stack of books. If you have some sort of block, that would be good. If not, it's not mandatory. It just will help for one little pose. So the disclaimer. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness levels are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If CAF member sustains an injury during the video, please remember to fill out a CF98, and those questionnaires are in the description. So we're going to go ahead and get seated on our mat. As always, please play your own music if you have something chill for the morning. Please use the hashtags hashtag CAF PSP Fitness or hashtag CPPSPFAC. And don't forget about the fitness challenge for CFP Halifax. Check the info on the PSP Halifax Facebook page. As always as well, I'm going to be turning a little bit. So I'm going to start facing you, and then I'm going to be turned this way. So just don't worry about turning. You go whatever way on your mat makes sense for your space. So we're going to start seated, just in a nice cross-legged position if that feels okay. If not, you could be kneeling. You could have your legs straight out, whatever works for you. Maybe have your hands on your knees, palms up to the sky, just so we're open through the shoulders. Feel free to take a second and close your eyes here if that's comfortable, or you can just soften your gaze towards the floor in front of you. Start to become aware of your breathing here, inhaling through the nose unless it's too stuffed. Exhaling through the mouth, maybe taking a sigh, letting go of anything you've been thinking about today already. Let's take another deep inhale here. Feel your belly swell. Feel your ribs swell. On the exhale, could you melt a little deeper into your sits bones? On the next inhale, let's shrug our shoulders up to our ears here. On the exhale, just rounding them back and down, getting a little more room in the neck. Now, as always, I like to start with a little quote. If you're not into that, just focus on your breathing. And I did have it written on my phone, which I now had to stream from, so I'm paraphrasing, forgive me, but this is Aesop's fable of the sun and the wind. The sun and the wind were trying to solve a dispute of which was stronger. The sun saw a traveler passing by and said, "Whoever can make him take off his cloak first will be the strongest." So the wind tried first and blew with all his might, but the more the wind blew, the tighter the man wrapped his cloak around him. The wind eventually retired in defeat. Then the sun came out and shone with all its glory, and the traveler removed its cloak from being too warm. So the point of this story is so relevant right now because it might feel like there's nothing we can do, but it's your gently reminder that sometimes simply being is enough. Because the sun did, by simply being, what the wind tried to do with force. Let's take one more deep breath here. Feel the crown of your head lift up to the ceiling. On the exhale, just melting into the sit bones, sitting up nice and straight. Beautiful. We're just going to switch the cross of our legs now. Might feel awkward, that's okay. And we're going to get into some neck stretches. So just dropping right ear to right shoulder. Just allow gravity to do the work for the first bit. Notice how that feels in your body. Take a couple breaths here. Then option to stay or bringing left arm out to 30 degrees. Notice how that changes the sensation. Don't let the left shoulder reach up. From there, you could stay or bringing the back of the left hand to the small of your low back, keeping shoulder rounded back and down. Again, notice how that changes the sensation. Last optional option, maybe using the right hand on the left side of the head, gently pulling, just not even pulling, but using the weight of your hand to get a little deeper stretch in the left side of the neck. Here for just one more breath. Beautiful. Gently release the head. Use your right hand to push head to center so we don't use the muscles we just stretched. Same thing on the other side, so dropping left ear to left shoulder now. Again, notice how that feels before continuing on. And then if you'd like, bringing arm out to 30 degrees, right arm out to 30. Again, maybe you stay here with this side, or you could bring the back of that right hand behind the small of your low back, keeping that shoulder rounded back and down. Last optional option, maybe using the weight of your hand on the right side to gently pull, feeling a stretch down that right side of your neck. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Slowly release that. Again, use your hand, be nice to yourself, push your head back to center. Last one here, dropping chin straight to collarbone, but sit up nice and tall, so it's just truly in the neck. We're not folding with the upper back. Again, you could stay here or option to clasp both hands behind the head, just gently weighting it down, not pulling, not forcing. Take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, gently release the hands. Using your forehead, just push your head back to center. Maybe do a couple shoulder rolls, see how that feels. From here, we're just going to do some seated flows today. So let's inhale the arms up overhead. On the exhale, folding forwards. Coming to a flat back here on the inhale, so press into the hands, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, just allow the back to round, tuck the chin. On the next inhale, swoop the arms, come all the way up to seat. On the exhale, right arm finds the mat beside you as you laterally flex over to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, come back just a little. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Continue this with your breath, but keep that left hip bone grounded. Take one more like that. This time, inhaling back on the exhale, maybe your elbow finds the floor, maybe it's just close. We're gonna stay for one full inhale and exhale. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head, flat back here. Exhale down into your fold. Inhale, swooping the arms, come all the way up to center. Exhale, laterally flexing to the left. So just hand on the floor for now. On the inhales, we float back a little. On the exhales, we fold a little deeper, but continue to keep that opposite sit bone grounded. Inhale back to center. Exhale to fold. 2 more like that. One more inhale. This time on the exhale, maybe That elbow finds the floor. Maybe it just hovers. Gaze could be up to the ceiling for one full inhale. And exhale. Inhale up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. From there, however you want, we're going to come into table. So you could just swoop your legs around. That's probably the easiest way. From here in table, we're just going to start with some thoracic spine mobility. So right hand comes to the back of the head, keeping hips square. Toes can be tucked or flipped. That's up to you. On the inhale, pressing into the left hand, twisting to the right side of the room. On the exhale, point the elbow down towards the mat. Inhale, point the elbow to the side. Exhale, point it down. 3 more breaths like this with your own rhythm. Trying your best to go just a little further with each inhale. Do 1 more like that. This time, inhaling up with straight arm. On the exhale, swooping right arm under left arm. Cheek finds the mat. I'm just turning so you can see better. Coming to thread the needle. So just getting some space in between the shoulder blades here. Getting a little stretch in the shoulder as well. Take 1 more inhale. And exhale. On the inhale with control, pushing into left arm, come to table, maybe wag your tail, shake that out. Same thing on the other side, this time left hand comes to the back of the head. Make sure hips stay square to the mat. On the inhale, twisting to the left side of the room, pushing into the right arm. On the exhale, pointing elbow down to the floor. Inhale, twisting to the side. Exhale, pointing down. Notice if there's a difference in the 2 sides here, just becoming aware of how our body's feeling today. 1 more round like that. On the next inhale, pointing elbow up to ceiling. On the exhale, straightening arm as we swoop left arm under right, palm facing ceiling. Right cheek finds the mat. Sorry, left cheek finds the mat. 3 breaths here. Your right arm could be out straight. Some people like it on their back. Maybe it's just here as a kickstand. Just breathing into the space we're creating in between our shoulder blades. Take 1 more inhale here. Stay for your exhale. With control, pressing into right arm, come back to table, and we're going to release that with some cat-cows. So again, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. On the inhale, we're dropping the belly low, tilting the tailbone up. Gaze comes through as we arch the back for cow. On the exhale, doing the opposite, so rounding through the back, press into the hands, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin for cat. Keep flowing with your own rhythm here. Inhale into cow, belly drops. Exhale, press into the space between the shoulder blades on the exhale. Inhale into cat. Exhale into cat. I apologize if you hear anything. All my windows are closed, but they're doing some kind of construction. Exhale, press into the hands. 1 more here. Inhale, lifting through. Then just coming back to neutral, maybe shake that out. We're gonna flow with this a little more. So, opposite arm and leg extend. We're going right arm, left leg, finding our spinal balance on the inhale. On the exhale, we're squeezing opposite elbow to knee, rounding through the back leg cat. Let's do that again. Inhale, extend for length. Exhale, round the back as you squeeze your core elbow to knee. Keep flowing with your breath here. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more on your own rhythm. Last inhale. And exhale. Inhale for length. Exhale, return to center. Shake that out. Okay, the track is gone. Apologies for the noise. Hopefully we're playing music anyway. Same thing on the other side. So this time we're extending left arm and right leg on the inhale. On the exhale, squeezing opposite knee to elbow round through the spine. Inhale for extension. Exhale, round and squeeze. Keep flowing with your breath. Keeping belly to spine even as we extend. Squeezing our core like an accordion as we blow our air out. Take one more round like that. Inhale to extend. Exhale to center. Maybe wag the tail, maybe circle the wrists. Great work so far. We're going to do one more version of spinal balance today. So on your inhale, back to right arm and left leg on the extension. On the exhale, staying lifted, keep belly to spine. We're going out to the side with both limbs. Inhale both to center. Exhale to the side. Keep flowing with your breath here. Notice how you feel your balance challenged as you come to the side, using your core to stabilize. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. One more round like this. Inhale, center. Exhale, let it go. Wag your tail, maybe circle the opposite wrist. Last time, other side. So extending left arm, right leg on your inhale. Keeping lifted on the exhale, challenging balance by limbs out to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Keep pulling belly to spine. Using your core to stabilize. See if you can keep arm and leg parallel to floor. One more round here. Inhale, center. Exhale, release right into child's pose. 2 full breaths here. Excellent job, everyone. From here, when you're ready, let's inhale, slide forward to kneeling plank. So in kneeling plank, our glutes are squeezed, elbows would hug the ribs, elbow creases facing the front of your mat. On the exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down, modified chaturanga. So as you exhale, allow the elbows to hug the ribs as you lower all the way to the floor. On the inhale, finding baby cobra. So press the tops of your feet into the mat, squeeze your glutes, roll the shoulders onto your back, squeeze shoulder blades together, lengthen through the crown of your head on the inhale. On the exhale, pressing back to child's pose. You know this one. Let's do the same thing a little quicker. So inhale, slide forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, baby cobra. Exhale, child's. Option to stay with some or any of those kneeling versions at any point you need. Otherwise, from here, let's flip the toes, pressing into the hands, coming up to our first down dog of the day. Let's take a couple seconds to pedal out the feet here. So bending through one knee as we press the opposite heel to floor. Do that a couple times. Pressing evenly into all 10 fingers. Do one more each side or even yourselves out. Then finding stillness in down dog, slight bend in the knees. On the inhale, slide forward to full plank on the toes or kneeling, you choose. On the exhale, you could drop to the knees or stay lifted, lowering to a hover. On the inhale, flipping onto the tops of the feet, either baby cobra or full up dog. Thighs are lifted here as we squeeze the glutes. On the exhale, flip the toes, press the hips back, down dog. Let's do that one more time. Any versions you choose. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale the right leg up. On the exhale, sliding forward to plank as we pull right knee to right wrist. Great work. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, right knee to left wrist. Inhale, kick it back.
Inhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, pull the knee to nose. Stay for one full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, pull right knee in between the hands, step to a lunge. Great work. If at any point in these lunges you need to drop the back knee, that's perfectly okay. Otherwise, from here, we're coming high on the back toes, pressing into that front right foot. Inhale up to an airplane low lunge. Beautiful. Stay for that exhale. On the next inhale, we're lifting the torso, coming up to crescent variation. On the exhale, sinking into the hips here. We're going to flow with that today. So inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward, airplane lunge. Inhale up to crescent. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Now transferring all of our weight into that right leg. We're going to float the back leg up, coming to warrior three. So airplane arms first, then when you feel ready, you can extend the arms straight overhead. Keep that opposite hip crease facing the bottom of your mat. Find a focal point on the floor, not moving. This will help. Stay for one full inhale and exhale. On the inhale, with control, float the back foot down 45 degrees till your warrior one. Take a breath here as we inhale, lengthening the fingertips. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. So hips are squared to the front of the mat. Feet are like train tracks, so not quite in line with each other. Option to stay arms here, or you could bring arms behind you, clasping hands, opening through chest and shoulder, if that's in your practice today. From here, wherever you are, inhale, lengthen through the collarbones. On the exhale, we're folding, exalted warrior. So the head comes inside of the front right shin. 2 breaths here like this. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. If your hands are clasped, gently float the arms down. Then pressing into that front leg with control, inhale back up. This time we're straightening the front leg, keeping a micro bend. Back foot turns so all 10 toes face the front of your mat. From here, if you had your prop, just quickly set it up so it's nearby. Then we're in our pyramid leg stance. So on the inhale, hands around hips, lengthen through the crown of the head. On the exhale, folding with a flat back first. See how that feels in the hamstring. Let's inhale back up here. Exhale, folding. This time, option to stay lifted or coming all the way down to your mat or a prop if you need it. Pyramid pose. Option to stay passive, or you could inhale the crown of the head up for length. Exhale, try to fold a little deeper. One more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Then this is where you might need a prop. On the inhale, we're bringing the left hand inside of the right foot, so you might want a hand, or you might want something to bring the floor closer. Pressing into that left hand as we twist towards the front leg, twisted pyramid. 3 breaths here, trying to stack our shoulders as best as we can. So with each exhale, see if you could twist just a millimeter more. Hopefully feeling a gentle pull in the outside of that front right leg. For one more inhale. And exhale. On the inhale, with control, shoulders face the mat, bending into the front leg. Slide your prop to the side. Hands frame the front foot, and we step back to high plank. Or kneeling, you choose. Option to go straight to down dog or flow. Exhale, chaturanga if you're with me. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great work, everyone. Second side, all of that. So on the inhale, lifting left leg. Exhale, pulling left knee to left wrist. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee to right wrist. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose and stay for just one full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, pull the left knee through the hands, find your lunge. Great work. From there, high on the back toes, most of the weight's in the left leg. Inhale up to your airplane low lunge. Stay for your exhale, squeezing both legs, scissoring together. Then on the next inhale, lifting through the torso, crescent variation. Exhale, sink in the back hip. Inhale up for length. Exhale, fold. Keep flowing with this with your own breath. Inhale up to crescent. Exhale to sink. Inhale up for length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up. Exhale to sink. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. One more round like that. Sinking on the exhale. Lifting on the inhale. Folding on the exhale and just shifting so you can see a little better. But from here, we're going to bring the weight into that left leg. Float the right leg up. Airplane warrior 3 first. Then when you're ready, fullest expression if you choose. Arms come overhead. Look at something on the floor not moving. Feel the muscles in your shin fire up. This is balance. This is work. Still pulling belly button to spine here. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale. With control, float that right leg down to 45 degrees. Adjust your stance if you need to. Finding warrior 1. Inhale, fingertips to sky. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears, squaring hips to the front of the mat. Take another inhale here. This time, option to bring hands behind, clasping the other way, if you can figure out what that is, or you can just keep them up tall. Then wherever you are, inhale, lift through the collarbones. Exhale, folding, exalted warrior. Head comes inside of the left shin. 2 breaths here. Great work, everyone. If your hands are clasped, gently float them down. Then using your legs and core, let's inhale back up to warrior 1. You can straighten that front leg though. All 10 toes face the front of your mat. Shorten the stance if you need to for pyramid. Remember, you need your prop nearby. From here, let's inhale, lengthening through crown of the head. Exhale, folding with a flat back. Keep just a micro bend here. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, this time choosing to stay halfway lifted or fold all the way down. Yogi's choice. 3 breaths in just pyramid before we twist. Again, you could inhale, lengthening through crown of the head. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Last breath here. Stay for the exhale. On the next inhale, that right arm comes inside of the left foot, maybe on a prop, and we're twisting towards the left side of the room. This side might feel more stuck, that's okay. Maybe it's less stuck. With each exhale, see if you can stack the shoulders just a millimeter more. Here for one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. On the inhale, with control, your shoulders face the mat, bend the front knee, remove the prop. Hands frame the front foot. Step back to high plank. On the exhale, down dog or coming through a flow to chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's just take one full breath here. Then when you're ready, bending through the knees, look forward as you step hop or jump to the front of your mat. Finding our first forward fold, so you can maybe sway side to side. See how those hamstrings are feeling now. Then when you're ready, finding stillness in your fold. Slight bend in the knees. Let's inhale up to flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down. Sinking hips, reverse swan dive all the way up. On the exhale, stepping back with the right leg to warrior two. So the toes face the side of the mat, front foot, toes face forward, deep bend in the front, knee back, legs straight and strong, arms come out. Take one full breath here. Exhale, sink deeper on that front leg. Then on the inhale, flipping front fingers, let's keep the bend in our legs as we dance it back, reverse the warrior. Exhale, land in warrior two. One more breath like that. Inhale, dance it back. Exhale to land. Then on the inhale, dropping the arms, straighten front leg, keep just a micro bend. Back hip pops to the back of the room. Bottom arm inside the shin, top right arm up to the sky, triangle pose. Gaze could be up to the ceiling if that feels okay. Feeling a stretch in the back of the front leg as well as maybe the outer hip on the back leg. Trying to stack shoulders just a little more with each exhale. Here for one more inhale. And exhale. Inhale back up to warrior two. On the exhale, cartwheeling hands forward, turn on the back toes, frame the foot. Inhale, step back to plank. Flow or down dog, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, meeting in down dog. Bending through both knees, hop, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Find that fold. Hands to shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, come all the way down. Sinking hips, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, I'm just turning so you can see, but this time left leg steps back, toes face left side of the mat. Deep bend in the front right leg. Warrior two, second side. On the exhale, sink a little deeper on that front knee. Then again, reversing this, so flipping front fingers on your inhale, dance it back, keep the bend. Exhale, back to warrior two. One more breath like that. Exhale, warrior two. Then on the inhale, dropping arms, straighten front leg, keep a micro bend. Back hip pops to the back of the room. Bottom arm inside the shin. Top left arm up to the sky. Again, gaze up to the ceiling if that's okay in the neck. And again, on the exhales, imagine your spine is a dishcloth you want to wring out. So we're twisting more, trying to stack our shoulders here. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come on back up to warrior two. On the exhale, you're cartwheeling hands forward, turning on the back toes. Inhale, step back to your plank. Again, option right to down dog or last flow if you're with me. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last little bit of core work here. So we're gonna drop onto your right side. So I'm just gonna switch so I'm with you again. Dropping onto your right side in a modified side plank. So you can drop to the knees. You're on the left knee on the bottom, right leg is straight on top. Make sure that you're stacked through hips and shoulders so you can squeeze the bottom left butt cheek, finding a stable modified side plank. Option to stay here, or, this is new, pressing into the top foot. See if you can use your core and inner thigh to lift that bottom leg. If you're still with me, as you exhale, pull bottom knee to top elbow. Inhale, come on back. One more like that if you're with me. Inhale up to center. Exhale, coming kneeling side plank as you flow through to your other side. So same thing, starting on the knees. This time it'll be your right knee that's down, top left leg is straight. Stacking shoulder over wrist. Make sure the knee and hip are nice and aligned as well. Squeezing the butt cheek of that bottom leg. From here, option to stay, or grounding through that top foot, see if you can lift the bottom knee. If you're with me on the exhale, bottom knee to top elbow. Inhale to extend. Last one like that, you can do this. Inhale, extend. Exhale, coming through kneeling plank, right into child's pose. Now is a great time for water. You could have taken it at any point. I hope you all know that. Take a couple breaths in child's to just feel whatever's going on in your body. Hopefully some heat was built. Now we're gonna get into the hips a little before you're done. So when you're ready, we're gonna meet in a seat. Again, I'm just turning so you can see, but you can stay facing the regular way on your mat. So we're gonna bring the front of your right shin to parallel to the front of your mat. So, just gonna turn so you get the best optimal view. So you're gonna be here. If you did Brandon's mobility yesterday, this is similar to that. So front shin parallel to the front of the mat. The back leg is gonna mirror that. So we're making 90 degrees with both. Back thigh perpendicular to front shin. From here, notice you kind of want it flop to the side. So first we're just gonna recenter our torso. Notice how that feels in the side of that front leg. Then if it's feeling okay and you'd like to, you could inhale up for length, exhaling to fold deer pose. We're just gonna take a couple breaths here, warming you up for one more intense hip opener after this. You're nice and warm, so this shouldn't be too bad, but definitely make it so you feel a stretch. You might be folded all the way down. I'm quite tight through my hips, so that's not in my practice right now. Take one more inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Then on the inhale, gently pressing up from this. On the exhale, we're just gonna twist our hips so they're square to the front and bring our opposite leg on top of that right shin. So our left leg is now sitting on top of our shin. Yours might look like this. That's okay. It just means you're really tight. So try to get as comfortable as you can. Try to stay grounded through both sits bones here. This is square pose or fire logs. So again, if your knee's quite lifted, you might be feeling a lot already. So you could just have one hand on this knee, sort of weighting it down. If you're here and you're feeling good, you could inhale the arms up for length and exhale, folding forwards. So this time you should be feeling sensation in the outside of the left hip. As we come into these longer holds at the end, sometimes your mind might start to wander about what you're doing after class. You might even think about just exiting the video. But these are the most important parts because yoga is not just physical, it's mental too. And especially right now with the way our world is, We really do need to learn to get better at just sitting without thinking. Last breath here. Stay for that exhale. Inhale, gently walking the hands up. You can just bring arms behind and windshield wipe that away. Everything again on the second side, so we kind of did one side of each. So this time we're lining the left shin up to the front of the mat. Right leg is behind us, mirroring that leg, so we have one shin parallel and one thigh parallel. From here, we're recentering first. You're gonna feel like you're flopping to the left, so use your hands to help you come center. Then that might be where you stay. You might feel enough here. Otherwise, let's inhale for length. Exhale, maybe walking the hands to fold forwards. See if you can soften somewhere with each exhale. So notice if you're becoming tight in the face or the jaw, maybe clenching the fists. Try to let go of any unnecessary tension you're holding. Last breath here. Exhale first. With control on the inhale, pressing up. Then again, our hips are just gonna square to the front of the mat. We're gonna use our hands to help us lift our right shin on top of the left, so they're stacking, known as fire logs or square pose. And again, yours might look like this, that's a-okay, as long as it feels okay. If this doesn't, you could stay in deer pose that we already did. So again, option to stay here if this is what your body needs, or inhaling the arms up for length. Exhaling into your fold. So a common way we hold tension unnecessarily in this one is by sort of squeezing the bottom butt cheek, feeling like we need to hold on. Once your legs are secure, see if with each exhale you can just really let go of any sense of holding on. Just knowing that the mat is supporting you. Last 3 breaths here. Beautiful. On the next inhale, just walk it back up to seated. Hands come behind. Untie your legs. Windshield wipe that away. Option to do anything else you need to before we lay it down for Shavasana. And if you do have something that's not too hard on your back, you could find one last optional pose for Shavasana. This is just an option though, so don't worry if you didn't have a prop. But we're here, bending through the knees, pressing into the tops of the feet like a bridge, and we're just placing whatever our prop is underneath our sits bones, underneath our sacrum, so just on top of the sits bones. Notice how that feels, and if your prop's too hard, just gently remove it. If it does feel okay, all we're doing here is just elevating the hips slightly higher than the heart, so we're actually reversing the blood flow, which is really good for us. You could stay here. If you have something softer like me, you could also try extending the legs. Notice how that feels in the hips and the low back. But again, if it's too much, you can always come back to just regular Shavasana. So from here, maybe walk shoulders away from the ears. Slight tuck of the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck. Just allow your breathing to return to its normal rhythm. No longer forcing any set pattern. Either softening your gaze up to the ceiling or closing the eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Maybe relaxing the jaw, allowing your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Do one final scan of your body here for any bit of tension you're still holding on to that's no longer serving you. And on the next exhale, see if you can let that go too. As thoughts start to come in here, see if you can simply be a witness, not attaching to any of the ideas. Just acknowledge them and then try to let them go, knowing you can pick them up after class. So like I said, I had to paraphrase because of a technology issue, but if you're interested in Aesop's fable of the sun and the wind, you could look it up. But the moral of the story is that the wind tried to do by force what the sun did by simply being. So this is just your gentle reminder that at this time, I know it feels stuck, like there isn't a lot we can do. Just remind yourself that simply being, trying, existing in this uncertain time truly is enough. Slowly bring movement back to your bodies, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, maybe circling wrists and ankles. Then if your legs are extended, you could even use your hands to help you bending through one knee then the other. Gently squeezing the glutes if you have props underneath you. Then lowering tailbone to floor will gently fall into fetal position on your favorite side. Resist the urge to rush up back to work or your day by taking one final breath here. Then slowly using the top arm, just press up to any comfortable seat. One last breath to seal our practice. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Exhaling hands through heart center. Then bringing thumbs to your forehead or third eye. Take a little bow. Namaste. To all of you, the light in me sees the light in you. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. What a great way to start your day. Check out the challenge, and we'll see you at your next workout. Enjoy some sun.